Well, hello and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to take a couple minutes to jump in here in the middle of the week, make a short video, and take a couple seconds to talk about DxO Photo Lab 9. DxO was nice enough to, give me access to Pure Raw 6 and Photo Lab 9, and I've used both of those tools, all right, during the editing of my images. Some of them even from Ireland, but mostly from Australia. All right, so the Brisbane video, which released on Sunday, all the images in that video, with the exception I think of one image I took with my phone, all right, were edited in Photo Lab 9. All right, and then the next two videos coming, you've got a combination of Lightroom, Photo Lab 9, and intermittently using DxO Pure Raw 6. All right, so you'll kind of get a chance to see, feel. I think there's one of the images I actually put in, one from Lightroom, one from Photo Lab 9, so you can see the difference. All right, and in my mind, both work great. But what I thought I'd do, all right, is just demo Photo Lab 9 real quick, all right, for everybody, so you can at least see it. All right, because again, DxO has been kind enough, all right, to extend the discount code for 15% off if you're interested in it, and DEWEYBING, which I'll put in here so you'll be able to see it, all right, is that discount code. So it's totally up to you. They're not paying me anything. I'm not required to say anything. My opinions are my opinions. And again, I want to make sure I'm very clear. My opinion is, and Photo Lab 9 works great. There's nothing wrong with it. DxO, Pure Raw 6 is a great tool as well. They both work well. They both actually work well with Lightroom. If you wanted to have all of them, you can do that. I actually did some of that, all right, in my edits, especially with Pure Raw 6, working in Lightroom, then send it out to Pure Raw, and then brought it back, all right. I'm not going to demo that today, but, definitely the softwares are great. The only negative I found to my style, all right, in Photo Lab 9 was it doesn't do panorama. All right, so Lightroom does, it's very easy. All right, you can't really do that, all right, in Photo Lab 9. But beyond that, it was really good. So what we're going to do here is we're going to switch over. I'm going to show you my desktop, so that way you kind of get a feel for it. All right, so you can make fun of me all you want. I got to wear my glasses. I can't see the edit without them. So what I've got here, move me around a little bit, all right, is hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. All right, here's an image that I took. All right, this is sunrise, at Noosa Head. All right, it's cloudy morning, not very good. It was a terrible situation. So this was an image that I took. All right, well, I was there, and I have not edited it yet. So I thought maybe what we could do is we go through and edit that. So before we even get into that, all right, let's do this. See if I can move myself over here. All right, there. So I'm over here. When you go into, find your image or, create an image, a little different than Lightroom where you're, creating a Lightroom catalog and you got all the subcatalogs here. Literally, this is my computer, as you can see here. You can see all the different folders and images. So, I got a lot of different things that I can choose. And in this particular case, I'm choosing something from the Outback from my 128 gigabyte card too. And that's, where I'm working at. Here's those images. All right. And so I'm going to literally bring this image up. All right. And we're going to take and we're going to work on that image. So now, how do you do that? Basically, you go to customize, and that brings you up, into, here's your ability, all right, to just make changes, all right, based on your, for light and dark, all right. So you typical changes here, and you got these are global changes, all right. And then here you've got all the different profiles and everything, so you can mess with color. And then you got additional, and if you want to do, a local adjustment, nose is itching. Sorry, guys. All right, you would go in here, and you can literally add masks and those kind of things using tools in here. So we're going to do some of that. All right, in this image. All right. So now we could go back here and we can lighten it. All right. We can, drag it. We can also just click on, all right, the little arrows and adjust it as we want. All right. We can, change the shadows. We can darken the highlights, can pull in some blacks, change the intensity. We can make some adjustments here. And it's just a lot of different things that you can do in this setup. Now, one of the other things you can do is you can just very quickly apply a preset up here in the corner. All right, so if you do that, all right, you come across here and look at it, you can choose something that you may like. You can go black and white, no corrections. There's some portrait standards, and there's more as you go through it. I like natural because I'm not big into making a lot of edits. I don't want things to be as natural as it can be. So if I choose natural, it's going to go through and automatically, as you can see here, make some global adjustments based on that preset so you can see them. Now, perfect, no, but it is here, all right, and gives us the ability at least to see it. Now, let's assume I've done this, all right, and I still want to make, some adjustments from a color standpoint. So let's just say, come down here and I want to bring up saturation and vibrancy. So I can come down here, click on it. We'll take it up to 9. We'll take this up to 6. All right, and you can see that. Now, if I want to make some adjustments localized, all right, so one of the things, obviously the sky out here doesn't look great, right? Now, you're not going to make it perfect. There's no way to do it because this was a difficult morning. But you can come out here and use some of these tools, all right, whether they're AI related or almost anything related. So like here, this is AI mask. I can click on that and come over here, and let's say I want to click on the ground here. See that? So now I can make a localized adjustment just to that. So maybe what I want to do in this, all right, is I just want to bring up some color. So I can bring it up a little bit more saturation of that. So it accentuates the greens a little bit more. I don't really think that I need, all right, to add more green. I just think, because again, it was kind of a blah morning. All right, so now let's take and let's work on the sky. So you see, I've already added that mask, so now the sky's there. If I click on it, now it's another mask. All right, so now I can come down here and I can mess with the sky. So let's say I want to drop the exposure a little bit. Now maybe I want to, see if I can get a little bit more definition, right? Maybe I want to change the temperature. See, I can make it colder. I can make it warmer, right? I can set it wherever I want to set it. I'm going to leave it right there for now. All right. Now maybe I want to work in any one of these areas. See how you can just go over it, and if you click on it, then you add that added. You can do the same thing here if you want to in the water. I'm not going to do anything with it. I want to say, looking at this image, it's not bad, but I think from I'll go to a more global here, but I think that what I need to do is really crop it in. So if I come down here and I say, okay, this is, I like to crop to size. So like 3:2, this would give me, the image. There's a lot here in the foreground is what it is, I guess. But if I take and I close that, now I've cropped in that far. And so you see, it's a 3:2 image. If I want to go back to that, all right, and I want to change it, let's say 16:9. So now here it is 16:9. Close. And there it is in 16:9 format. Now, if I want to take and say, okay, I want to rate this photo, I can just easily come down here to the bottom. All right, click on the number of stars I want to give it. Let's say it's 1. All right, click on 1 star, and it will always be there if I wanted to look at it. I can also send this image, I can send it to my hard drive already edited. I can, in the case here, you can see I've got it set up to go to Flickr. So if I take and say I want to export it to Flickr, again, you don't have a lot of this capability in, all right, Lightroom. You can export to Flickr, but not like this. I can come in here and I can choose where I want it to go. All right, I can even come in here and look at some of my old, tags. All right, and I can choose them. All right, right here, and the image will go out with these tags. All right, already in there. I don't have to go into Flickr and add them. They'll be there. All right, when I go and post this, which is really good because coming out of Lightroom, you have to go into Flickr to do that. If you're into Flickr and you want to do that kind of stuff. All right, so I added that one. I want this to go out private and to be visible to my friends and family. Everything going to Flickr has to be a JPEG, and I want it to be 100% quality. Export. There you go. Now it's on its way to Flickr. That's really all it takes. Next thing is it'll be in Flickr. All right. So now you've had a chance to see it. I think what I'll do here is I'll stop using my, my desktop, and we'll talk here for a second. All right. So now you've had a chance to see how PhotoLab 9 works. You can, I believe when you go to the website, you don't just have to buy it. You can trial it for free, and then if you like it, you can buy it. The difference between, PhotoLab 9 and Pure Raw 6 is they're not a subscription model. All right, so you buy it. All right, if you use the discount code, you can even buy it for less, and then you don't have to upgrade it unless you choose to. Now, when you go to upgrade it, you can upgrade it for a reduced cost instead of a full price, but you'd still have to pay for it. But you choose when you want to do that. So there's a little bit of an expense, all right, but you get to choose, all right, when you want to do it, and you get to, you don't have to pay that recurring fee. So if the recurring fee from a Lightroom standpoint bothers you, this is a way to get out of it without having to do it, and it's pretty powerful software. I didn't do a lot there, all right. It can do a lot more. I just gave you a real quick demo, all right, of me who's only been using it, really for a few days, all right, what I see. So anyway, I think we'll end the video here and just say, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know, what you think of PhotoLab 9. If you like Lightroom, if you got other options, things that you think might be better. All right, that's absolutely great. Share it not only with me, but share it with the world. I think we're all interested in that. So, all right, going to stop right there and just say thanks for coming along, everybody. Until we see you again, stay safe.